Hello, here we are. Ready for blast off. Another Sunday show. Uh-oh, too much coffee again. I do hope you're all enjoying your Sunday. Yes, here we are. Welcome once again to Elvis the Ultimate Fan Channel. And if you're from Argentina, you're an Argentinian, or congratulations on winning the World Cup. If you're France, sorry, commiserations. I know there are a few people, French people, that watch this, so unfortunately it wasn't to be. But as I say, congratulations to Argentina winning the FIFA World Cup. And particularly sad for me because I actually stood to win €100 or $100, whatever you want to call it, if France had won. So I'm a little hurt as well. So yes, let's have a look at what we have this week. Welcome, as I say, to one and all, to the final Elvis the Ultimate Fan Channel live stream before Christmas. Kirsty says, bad luck, Steve. Yes, well, probably the best team won in the end, but it was some match. It really was some match. Very exciting. The heart was starting to go a little bit. Helen says, yes, it was a fantastic match but it was very close. Went to penalties. Yes, probably not the best way to sort out a World Cup, but they have to sort it out some way, I suppose. So, what have we got? December the 18th, we have This Day in Elvis History, live interactive poll. I wish Elvis had recorded. Photoshop of the week, a smoking hot photo. And you will be able to call me later on, free on WhatsApp, Instagram and Facebook Messenger if you wish. If there's something you want to tell everybody about Elvis, or tell me about Elvis. If there's anything you want to discuss at all, then you can ring. The telephone number is for WhatsApp is actually on the screen. I won't show the Elvis 24-hour this week because I've got something to fill that space later on. It'll be an interactive poll, and it's a good one. But Elvis Radio 24 does broadcast 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, songs, rehearsals, alternative takes, and live performances. You can find the link for Elvis 24-hour radio in the description box below. And of course, I say it every week, thanks very much for all the thank yous and the kind messages and emails and show of support that you send in to me every week. And even if I don't answer them all, I try and answer as many as I can. I do read them all. The quiz will be coming up. Oh, I also want to mention that Norsette, who won the November Fan of the Month prize, the 4K Ultra HD and Blu-ray Blue Hawaii disc, she told me that she received it yesterday. So Norsette, I hope you enjoy watching that. Oh, and by the way, thanks for the coffee. And there is a link above at the top of the chat if you do want to donate by buying me a few cups of coffee. It is most appreciated. Before we do the quiz, though, I wanted to just recap on last week's topic, which was, could Elvis have been saved? Now, I don't mean could Elvis have been saved on August the 16th. I mean, could Elvis have been saved prior to what happened on August the 16th by a change in lifestyle? If somebody had stepped in, if Elvis had have changed the way he lived, could he have been saved? Could Vernon have done more? Could Priscilla have done more? You know, all these things. And we got phone-ins last week, and we also got people commenting on the live chat, and we also got people commenting watching the replay. And these were some of the comments that I got in. Could Elvis have been saved? Becky says, I think if Gladys had lived longer, she would have taken care of Elvis and he would have been saved that way. Now, I think we touched on that last week, that Gladys would have been a major contributing factor to how Elvis's life went after 1958. And how it would have gone after the army and so forth. Sarah Plunkett, hi Sarah, says Gladys could have kept things at bay, but only Elvis could have saved Elvis. Parker was part of the problem. Karen says, I'd like to think that Elvis could have been saved. No Parker around and no Dr. Nick would have helped, but there would always have been another doctor ready and waiting. Good point. Elvis Presley, the legend, TCB always, says the only person that could have saved him was himself. A lot of people said that, actually. DM says Linda did say she left because of the drugs and that she wanted a family. And he was not in the shape to do that. DM continues, I firmly believe if Gladys had lived, here's the Gladys connection again, Elvis may have not have done the drugs. I firmly believe her death did so much emotional damage that the pain never left him. I went through this, so I know how he may have been affected. Sorry to hear that, DM. Then Priscilla left. Whether she broke his heart or ego, it bothered him, and he threw himself into work. And of course, Parker took advantage. I do feel Vernon could have done more for Elvis, but enjoyed the lifestyle. And as your caller said, he didn't want to poke the bear. I think that was probably Mark maybe that said that last week on the phones. He was more of a hands-off type person. I think Gladys not dying would have impacted him, but as much as I hate to say it, Dave Hebler said it only Elvis could have saved Elvis. We touched on that as well last week as well. Elvis said he needed the drugs. My question is, did he need it to have energy for the shows or to hide his emotional and physical pain? So tragic. God bless him. And 123 Rockchild says, yes, I do think Gladys wouldn't have stood for the prescription drug abuse. Even though Elvis didn't love himself to save himself, he loved his mother more than life, and he would have abided by her wishes. And I think we'll end on that one. That's a very, very good point. By the way, see the backdrop. There's only one place I could have been this week, isn't there? And that's in the living room at Graceland during Christmas. So yeah, food for thought on Could Elvis Have Been Saved? That was my live stream last week. You can still watch that if you're interested to hear what the callers and people commented during the live stream. You can just go. That's actually reminded me that if you go to the homepage and you click on the playlist and then you go to playlists and you click on interviews with people from the Elvis world, you can catch up on all the interviews I've done with people from the Elvis world. Yes. And also just next to it, Elvis the Ultimate Fan Channel playlist. If you want to catch up on any of the other ones that I've done as well, you can catch up by doing that, clicking on that as well. If you get a little bit fed up over Christmas, you can check those out, especially if you're new to this channel and you haven't seen that. As I say, go to playlists and click on that and they're all there for you. Right. As I said, Norsette got her prize. The prize this month is a copy of Sally Hodell's Destined to Fly book. Will I hold that up to the camera? From Iowa to Elvis. Great book. I've read that. And I spoke to Ron a couple of months ago. No, not a couple of months ago. A couple of weeks ago. Destined to Fly, the story of Pilot Ron Strauss. And if you're interested, that will be under those playlists if you want to catch up on that. Now, we have got this week's Fan of the Month quiz, and the topic is, I don't know whether you're going to like this or not. It's not Backward Elvis. Backward Elvis will make a comeback, as will the Mystery Voice. Yes, we're going to be doing the Mystery Voice as well. We'll still be doing plenty of those. But this week, it is Name the Jumpsuit. What do you think of that? Let's have a look, see what people... there's Norsette. Hi, Norsette. Thanks very much for the coffee, Norsette. Very kind. Let's see what people think of the Name the Jumpsuit. Steve, January the 8th is on a Sunday next year. Are you going to do something special? What a good idea. Maybe you could, anybody's got a good idea for what I can do for the January the 8th show, they can contact me on Elvis the Ultimate Fan Channel at gmail.com. You can see it up there. Okay, up at the top of the screen, and send me in a few ideas of what we can do for January the 8th. I'd love it if somebody who watches this channel or watches the playback of this channel is going to be over there, and they can maybe phone in on January the 8th from Elvis Week. I know it's not really Elvis Week. Elvis Week is in August, but there's another Elvis Week, isn't there, around his birthday. So maybe we should do that if somebody wants to ring in. I'm not too sure what time of the year Priscilla is going. I know Priscilla L is going. So maybe, maybe that's an idea. Maybe somebody would like to ring in live and speak to me from the birthday celebrations. Tell us what's all going on and what they've done while they've been over there. Mrs. EAP says, hope Priscilla calls in. Priscilla will be there. Now there you are. Priscilla, how would you like to ring in on January the 8th and tell us all about it? That'll be a great idea, won't it? Kirsty says, please ring in, Priscilla. There, now that's put you on the spot there, hasn't it, Priscilla? What I call the suits isn't always the name you're looking for. Correct, Jack. And the reason being is because it has to match what it is on the Elvis in Concert website, the jumpsuit database. So I have to kind of be sort of strict and say, well, it has to match the name on that website. Also, just to take any sort of I know there's a bit of a debate sometimes who gets the question right first. Well, if you make sure that you have live chat and not live chat top chat displayed at the top of your just under my body now, you'll see live chat top chat. Go across to the slider, click on that and make sure it says live chat, and then it will show you all the answers. Because I know people have been saying, well, I got it right first. And so, of course, I've got Maxine and Dave helping out. They normally tell me who they see getting it first. And then we all collate together and say, I'm not sure. Did anybody see Lou Dane in the chat? Because Lou Dane is a moderator as well. But thanks to Dave and thanks to Maxine as well. So we're going to do the first of the jumpsuits. What I'll do is I'll show the jumpsuit. I'll show a little crop of the jumpsuit. And then I will show the full picture as well, if that's okay. Norset says, haven't seen Lou Dane. I hope she's okay. She's probably busy with Christmas. And that's another thing I've got to say. Obviously, next Sunday, there will not be a show simply because it is Christmas Day. But what I was thinking of, and I will let you know nearer the date, is I was probably thinking of doing one on the Tuesday, the 27th. All right. But if you want to check my social media pages and also the community tab on this channel, you will see when I'm going to do the live, the next live, I think probably the 27th. So you can check it out on Instagram, you can check it out on Twitter, Facebook, and of course on YouTube as well. Marie says, I haven't studied my Elvis jumpsuits yet. Laugh out loud. Alrighty. Okay. So here we go. So this is, I'm going to start you with an easy one. Okay. I'm going to get my trusty pen out as well. All right. But I'm going to start you with an easy one. So it'll probably be a speed test on this one. And this is jumpsuit number 1. What jumpsuit is that? I'm going to have a little wee drinky here. Wow. Somebody was in there really, really fast. There's an awful lot of peacock. Yeah, that was an easy one. Dave says Norset 45 and Maxine says Norset 45. Norset, you get this.
Oh, I don't know what makes them think that. This gold belt and
I don't know what makes them think that. This gold belt, I just love that. I love that press conference. I really do. And there's the full picture just to confirm that it was the peacock. And as everybody knows, the peacock is my favorite jumpsuit. I am seeing the answer before the question. Okay, sweetheart, all you need to do is probably refresh your screen and also make sure that you've got live chat. Okay. Jack says refresh Bossa Nova. Right. This one might be a little bit trickier. As I say, I do need the exact name of it as shown on that website. And it is this. What is that one? That is not as well known as the peacock. So let's have a look. I'm watching very, very closely here. Oh, wow. Somebody's saying vine suit, snowflake. I need the proper spelling. I need the complete. I've got good wine. I wish this was good wine. Okay, the correct answer is gold vine. Okay, so I need my moderators to tell me who was the first person that got gold vine. Jack is laughing at good wine. Yeah. Okay, I've got Tracy Heenan. All right, I'll just wait for Dave to tell me as well. Let's see who I'm seeing. Okay, and I've got Bossa Nova Baby Steve. Okay. All right. Yeah. I can see Bossa Nova saying vine suit. I can see Jack saying good vine. Good vibrations. Yeah. Edward saying good vine. Bossa Nova Baby saying gold vine. And then Tracy Heenan. I am seeing gold vine first by Tracy Heenan. So Jack says I was way before Tracy. Yeah, but Jack, did you say good vine? I think you put. I think you put good vine. I'm going to give it to Tracy. I think.
Oh, I don't know what makes them think that. You know, this gold belt and
if that's okay, Jack. But I will. What I will do is I will look back on playback. But I think. Yeah, Jack says I misspelled it. Yeah. Bossa Nova got it in before Tracy. Okay. Okay. All right. So if there is a query on that, I'm going to put in Bossa and Tracy. Okay. Now let's have a look. Jumpsuit number 3. I just want to show you the full picture of the gold vine. And doesn't he look great with that? And of course there's Joe and there's Red over Elvis's shoulder. So let's have a look. Yeah, Maxine, you can confirm it if you like, but I've got Tracy and Bossa down. Nice suit. Yeah, the gold vine was a nice suit. It was. Right. Jumpsuit number 3. This is a big favorite, and I think people are going to get this very, very quickly. Very, very quickly. Okay, here we go. What is the name of that one? Okay, Maxine says, I did see Tracy first, but then saw Bossa Nova. All right. It'll all come out in the wash at the end of the month anyway. Okay, the answer to that is Black Spanish Flower. It's not Black Conquistador. No, it isn't. Okay, it's Black Spanish Flower. All right, so I just need to see by my moderators who got that first. By the way, if anybody can think of another way of doing a quiz without it being sort of relying on internet speed so much, then yeah, maybe we can do that one week. Bossa Nova Baby, according to both of my moderators.
oh, I don't know what makes them think that. You know, this gold belt and
Well done, Bossa Nova. Yes, it's the Black Spanish Flower, and great photograph here of him in this, which is there. Fantastic photograph, isn't it? Norset says, way to go, Bossa. Jack says, I actually touched that suit. You lucky person, Jack. You're very, very lucky. Anybody that's touched anything that Elvis wore or owned, I'm very, very envious. At last, I have got one in. Don't worry, Bossa Nova. You're doing well. Right, jumpsuit number 4. Here we go. I think this is another easy one. I have to admit, I do think this is another easy one. So what's the name of this one? Jack says it was on display in the Hard Rock Cafe in NYC. All right. Okay, don't forget, I need the full title. Unfortunately, Mike M just says Dragon. Yeah, that's not the full title I'm looking for. The actual full title I'm looking for is Chinese Dragon. Now, I know Ruth is putting Dragon, Paul, Timothy, but it is actually Chinese Dragon. And I'm seeing Kirsty Marie. I just want Dave to confirm that as well. By Maxine. Yeah, Chinese Dragon. Let's just have a look at the full photograph of that, and it's the back of it. Okay, Kirsty Marie gets...
Oh, I don't know what makes them think that. This gold belt and
I'm going to use something else from that press conference for a jingle when people get the question right. Yeah, because there's so much to glean from that press conference. Yeah, so well done, Kirsty. 2 more to go, and this is number 5, and here it is, number 5. What is the name of that one? Dan O'Malley says I'm rubbish at this. Well, we can't all be good at everything about Elvis. I have my weak spots as well. Wow, that was quick. Okay. So I am seeing a couple of right answers. And basically, I've got it confirmed that well done, Norset 45.
oh, I don't know what makes them think that. This gold belt
And yes, it is the Black Butterfly. I would also have accepted Black Pyramid as well. I've seen some people putting down Black Pyramid, and that is correct. But the first person I saw was... I'm dragging my ass this morning. Dragon my ass. Thanks, Jack. Thanks for the laughs. Yeah, but the first person I saw with Black Butterfly was Norset 45. Well done. I've been too busy memorizing Elvis lyrics. Yeah, well, that's going to be another one. I'm going to be doing Elvis lyrics, and I'm going to be doing, of course, Backward Elvis, and I'm going to be doing. I'm going to use it again. The mystery voice. I love doing mystery voice. I've got to get some more mystery voices recorded and sorted out. So let's have a look at the photograph, the full photograph that I used to crop for that one. And that's the Black Butterfly Black Pyramid. And he looks fairly good in that. That's in his suite in the Hilton. You'd know that by the curtains behind him. Right. One final one. And then we will move on. And this is jumpsuit number 6. What is the name of that one? Norset 45, no. It's not. No, Jack, it's not. No, it's not long fringe or fringe. It's not tassel suit. No. I've got you. No, I haven't. It looks like it's Norset 45 again. Norset, you have been on fire recently. You really have. And I'll tell you the reason why is because that was known as the wing suit. The wing suit. And here is the full picture of it. It must have been a nightmare. I think he only wore it a couple of times because it must have been a nightmare. Maxine says Norset 45. I've seen a video of him with that on in November. I think it's November 14, 1970, something like that, and or near enough to that. And it just looks like a Norset by a hair. Well done, Norset.
oh, I don't know what makes them think that. This gold belt and
Must have been. It was a huge mistake, I think, to put tassels and strings on it that long for somebody that moved around so much on stage. So yeah, that's fan of the month. And we'll have at least one more because, as I say, just to recap, there won't be a show this time next week because this time next week we'll all be stuffed with turkey and so forth, and we'll be opening our presents and all this and all that. And maybe I can show you on the 27th what I got for Christmas. Maybe Santa might have bought me some Elvis-y things, and I can show you that. Hello, Salam. She says, sorry I'm late. You've missed the name the jumpsuit quiz. Never mind. Okay. Right. So I wanted to, let me just move something here. What did I want to show you? I wanted to show you this because what am I doing here? I've lost my place. Would you believe that? I thought I had something to show you here, but it doesn't look like I have. Let's see if I can find it. Because as I say, I did want to show you something. Ah, yeah, there it is. Okay. How's that? Did that work? No, it didn't. Oh, maybe it did. Yes, it did. There you go. It's at the bottom of the screen now. And basically what it is a Golden Globe for Elvis after 50 years. It was the Golden Globe nominations were released, I think, last week. And by Jove, look what we have. We have a nomination. It's the 80th Golden Globes. And Austin for Best Actor in a Drama Movie, Best Drama Motion Picture, Elvis, of course, and Baz for Best Director. So there we have it. That is great news. And the reason why the thumbnail says after a wait of 50 years is simply because the last time Elvis, and I think it was the only time Elvis won a Golden Globe, was in 1972 for Elvis on Tour. So, basically, I think it's coming home. I really do think that at least one of those is going to be taken home by Elvis. I'd love to think that all of them will, and it bodes well for the Oscars. Kirsty Marie says, I'm more pumped for the Oscars. Yes, but this is like a preliminary for the Oscars. It does bode well, especially if he picks up, if Elvis picks up any of those three, or all three, fingers crossed, then, it does bode well for the Oscars. So, a Golden Globe for Elvis after 50 years. I know it's not exactly Elvis, but it's connected with Elvis, and it will again keep Elvis's name out there in the in the public consciousness. So I did want to show you something else. Or did I want to just get rid of the topic? Yeah, I think I'll just get rid of the topic because we've covered that. It's exciting. We've got to wait until, is it January, I believe, for the Golden Globes. And then I think it's February for the Oscars. And I've just got such a really good feeling about this. Austin for Best Actor in the Drama Movie, Best Drama Motion Picture, Elvis, and Best Director, Baz for Elvis. So we've now got to do the poll. And this week, I'm going to be showing you a couple of pictures. And the reason why I'm going to be showing you some pictures is because I want you to vote on, and I didn't actually set it up, but I can set it up now, actually. And I can just say, which is your favorite? I'll start a poll. Which is your favorite? Can I type it? I probably can. Which I did this last week as well because we had glitches last week and it didn't start properly. The live stream didn't start properly. Which is your favorite? Can't even spell favorite properly. That's probably the English way of spelling it, not the American way of spelling it. Which is your favorite? That's the way it is shirt. Okay? That's what I'm going to be asking you. And it's going to be number 1, number 2, number 3, or number 4. Ask the community. Basically, there is the photographs, that side. And number 1 is like that really, really multicolored one. Number 2 is the one that he wore backstage on opening night before, obviously, he got dressed in his jumpsuit. So he was just kind of killing time and probably having a meal and so forth. And he was reading messages and telegrams and so forth coming in. Then we've got that beautiful black and white flower shirt that's when he's rehearsing in the it looks like a ballroom of some type in the International Hotel. And finally, number 4, that beautiful red shirt and the belt when he was rehearsing on the stage of the International early August. So I'll take those down in a minute, and I'll throw them back up. I'll be very, very interested to see which is your favorite That's the Way It Is shirt. Number 1, number 2, number 3, or number 4. And what am I doing here now? I am going to be doing, well, actually, I'll tell you what I can do if you want. There's not much to phone in about this week because the topic was just the Golden Globes. But if there is anything that you do wish to ring in about, you can actually ring me now. And I know people were asking, is Priscilla going to be ringing in on the 8th of January when she's actually in Memphis? That would be a good idea, wouldn't it? Let's have a look, see who is. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Maxine.
Yep.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. And yourself?
Yeah, were you watching the World Cup or you have no interest in football at all?
No, I don't like football.
Fair enough. Yep, each to his own.
I know.
So what do you think?
Oh, it's good that he's winning 3 Golden Globes.
Well, he hasn't won them yet, unfortunately. You know what I mean? But I know what you mean. It's great that he's being nominated.
Oh, I know. It's so good.
And I know you're going to say he's going to win all 3. But
I think he is. I've got that feeling.
Which one would you, if he could only win one, I'd say you'd probably go for the Austin Best Actor, would you?
No, I don't think I would. I'd do the Best Drama one.
The Best Drama Picture?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, it might go back into the theatres around about Golden Globe time and Oscar time, so we can always go back and see it on the big screen again, can't we?
I definitely would.
Yeah, that's right. Hopefully Santa is going to bring me the DVD, the Blu-ray, and I can watch it on the television at home, but it's still not the same as seeing it in the theatre, that's for sure.
Oh no, definitely not. There is supposed to be, I think, like an open-air cinema next year, I think, during the month of June and July.
Yes,
like,
that's right.
Out. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be
it's playing near me as well, so I might go see it.
Yeah. Right, which one are you going to vote for your favourite That's the Way It Is shirt?
Oh, no, that's a hard one.
I mean, let's face it, he looked absolutely drop-dead gorgeous during That's the Way It Is anyway, so it was hard, wasn't it?
If I had to choose, it'd be number 3.
Number 3, the flowered one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's lovely. It's lovely. But they're all lovely. They're all lovely. But you're gonna vote for number 3, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, no problem. Thanks,
All
Maxine.
right.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah, that's number 3. Get in Maxine's vote, which is the black and white flowered one, the one that he was wearing when they were kind of in it was like a ballroom, I believe, or something like that in the International. He was doing the cattle call, wasn't he? He was doing the yodeling, wasn't he? And he was also doing Bridge Over Troubled Water. And I mean, if I could vote for all 4, I would, but I will tell you at the end what I would vote for. And by the way, if you're watching this on playback, you can't vote, but you will hear me give the result at the end. What won? Elvis history. This day in Elvis history. And we'll be doing a Photoshop as well in a minute as well. It's not so much a Photoshop as a misidentified photograph. There you go. That's got you wondering now, hasn't it? Right. I've got photographs as well for what's that? Oh yeah. I couldn't think what that was then for a minute. So I'll leave that up for a little while. It's vote for your favorite That's the Way It Is shirt, and it's just simply number 1, 2, 3, or 4. 19. Oh, well, we'll have a quick word with Priscilla first, won't we? Hello, Priscilla.
Evening, Steve. How are you, my boy?
Well, you're getting very, very excited now, aren't you? Because you're going to Graceland soon.
I'll be there from the 5th to the 9th.
So are you going to be able to call in on the 8th and tell us all about it?
Well, do you know what? If they aren't already burnt to listening to me rattling on all the time. Like, I sometimes sit here in the evening and I go, don't ring in now. Give somebody else a chance. Just
I know.
Stop talking.
I know. We love to hear from you.
But I most certainly will.
Now, I'm just thinking 1:30 p.m. in Memphis. I'd say the birthday proclamation will have been done by then because I think they do it quite early in the morning, don't they?
I think they do. We were looking because right up until only a couple of weeks ago, you couldn't book any tickets for January, and I thought, oh my God, what if they close it for the birthday? What if I've chosen the wrong time to go? And so the panic set in, but they have become available, and we have booked our VIP tour passes.
Oh,
now,
right.
I get in Memphis on the 5th, but it'll be, kind of late afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
And we're doing the tour on the Friday. Now, I am hoping to get to Tupelo as well, but the Graceland website does allow you to book those trips, but they're all full. I think they were full within 5 minutes of them going up. Now I'm hoping that we'll get to Tupelo. So
don't forget, you'll have to
plan on doing the meditation garden every morning.
Oh, right. Yeah, at 7:30. Yeah.
Because I'm staying in the guest house at Graceland.
I was just about to ask you where you were staying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
We had hummed and hawed about where we were going to stay, and we had said we'd do like the Holiday Inn. I think it's the Holiday Inn and Suites about a kilometre away, and then do one night in the guest house at Graceland. And then we thought, do you know what? We go for the guest house at Graceland. So I plan on doing the meditation garden every morning.
Yeah.
The VIP tour on the Friday. Hopefully Nash, Tupelo, and if we could get on one of those trips out to Nashville, then we will too.
Yeah, you don't forget you've got to go to Sun as well if you get the time.
Oh, Sun.
Yeah.
And my husband is he's looking forward to spending some time in Beale Street.
Oh yes, he'll enjoy that.
Yeah, look. They're being very tolerant. Originally, the plan was I would do the VIP tour one day, and then we would all do the next stop down, for want of a better description.
Yeah.
The second day, because I don't think I'll be able to be there and not go in.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'll be my one and only chance.
Exactly.
And then my husband says, "Well, you'll know more about it than the tour guides." I said, I will, because they don't hire Elvis fans as tour guides.
No, they don't. No, they just have a set script to stick to, and then that's it.
Yeah. Now, the only thing is, like, I'd love to ring in and blow the hitty.
Well, listen, if
you're the only people I know that will understand.
I mean, if you don't get chance, because it sounds like you are going to be very, very busy, you can always ring in the following week or whatever, or we can tape something and you can tell us all about it, because
I'm also,
everybody on here, I'm sure, is going to be very, very interested on how you get on and all the little things that you do while you're over there.
And you know what? The way I look at it is, so if I ever went, I always wanted to go, and if I went, I would have always liked to go either Elvis week or his birthday week. But I'd never manage in Elvis week in August in the heat over there. I'd be a slow roasted.
Well, apparently it's one extreme to the other. It's very, very cold during his birthday week and very, very hot during Elvis week. So,
well,
but we're used to the cold
now.
We're used to the cold, aren't we?
Yeah, and I think but a lot of my buddies who live stateside, be they Irish or American born, they say that the cold over there is a lot different to what we have here.
It's like a dry cold.
So we have an old damp cold that goes up through you, for want of a better description.
Yeah,
over there, it's a dry, crisp cold.
Yeah.
The other thing is, we're spending a couple of days in South Bend and Chicago before we hit to Memphis.
All right.
So it's going to be really cold there. Memphis is going to be tropical after we leave Chicago.
That's true. That's true.
So it's all relative, Steve.
Yeah, of course it is. And anyway, you'll be having such a great time. You won't worry about the cold.
Nah, come here, I tell you now. You can always dress for the cold. There's no such thing as bad weather, Steve. There's just bad clothing.
Bad clothes. Now, listen, I want to ask you this question, right? Did you see the poll? Which one are you going to pick? You're going to pick 1, 2, 3, or 4?
So, he was absolutely spectacular in all of them. The first one was the messing on stage. The second one was the pre-concert jitters, which, every time I see that clip, I'm so nervous for him.
Yeah,
I'm so in awe of his humility.
Yeah. Yeah.
That somebody who was as full of talent as he was. The third one, again, rehearsals, but it has to be the man in red for me.
You like the red one, do you? Number 4.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I'm on fire. But anyway, I think that boy could have put on anything. And you know what I will say? Even like a lot of the other items of clothing we see from those days and what people wore, they're very dated. He still looks classy.
Of course he does, yeah. I don't think I ever saw him in a bad outfit, or if I did, if somebody can supply me with a bad picture of Elvis, then send it in. But yeah, I don't think so.
And when you have a hanger like that behind it, I don't think it matters. A black bag and the vibe would be all right.
Exactly. All right, Priscilla, that's great.
I just wanted to mention about the Golden Globe nominations.
Oh, yes.
So, I'm so excited. Yes, Austin deserves any acknowledgement he can get for his portrayal of Elvis. I thought he did a spectacular job. I thought he embodied so much of what we as fans know of Elvis. Right. I think, he eats, sleep and drink it, and it was obvious from his portrayal. I think Baz was stuck to his conviction from the outset, and yes, his whether we agree wholeheartedly with the entire storytelling process, he again, it was obvious. It's obvious to me that he's a fan. He wasn't on a bandwagon. He's a fan, and what he produced was authentic.
Yeah.
And I'm not so sure I'd like the best drama out of all of them. That'd be my least favorite. I'll take any accolade that the movie can get.
Yeah.
Because again, it shines a light on Elvis and the wonderful human being that he was, the talent that he was. But because to me, drama diminishes the fact that it is in fact a biopic, that it's a story of a life.
Yeah.
So drama implies to me some element of
you see, the thing is that there is an argument that it isn't a biopic. It's a dramatic representation of Elvis's life.
Well, it is a dramatic retelling.
Well, not so much Elvis's life, but the relationship between him and Parker.
It is a dramatic retelling. There's no doubt about that. Yeah. But then so are most other biopics. You know. I just think that because the movie was or has been such a success, and it has shone a light. And I've said this to you time and time again, Steve, there's no such thing as bad publicity.
No. I mean, this does actually bode well for the Oscars, I think, anyway. It's like Well,
it is. Historically, not always, but historically, do well in the Globe. You're a shoe-in for the Oscars.
Yeah.
Either way, lads, we all know that it's a great thing that we're still talking about
him after Elvis. All these years, yeah.
Yeah, he's dead longer than he was alive.
Yeah, that's right.
His music is still relevant to this day.
And people like yourself are still visiting his home.
Yeah.
So
they're bankrupting themselves to do so, but they're going in.
I can't wait to hear. I can't wait to hear all about it. I really can. Well,
you won't be able to listen to me, I say.
I will. Well, thanks, Priscilla. That's great. All right.
Thanks again.
Talk to you again. Bye bye.
Happy Christmas.
Yeah, same to you. Happy Christmas. Yeah. Bye.
Thanks. Bye bye.
Yeah, Priscilla is off to Graceland. And Tracy said, I just saw a comment there while Priscilla was talking, because I said, I can't think of any bad outfits that Elvis wore. And she said some of those Superfly outfits were pretty bad. So fair enough. Okay, I'd forgotten about the Superfly outfits. Right, let's do the Elvis history, this day in Elvis history. As I say every week, if this is like a red letter day for you, or a birthday or anniversary or anything like that, December the 18th, yeah, would you believe it's December the 18th? Where did 2022 go? Then this is what Elvis was doing this day in history. 1954, Elvis performed at the Louisiana Hayride Municipal Auditorium, Shreveport. He performed Blue Moon of Kentucky, That's All Right, Tweedledee, Hearts of Stone, Shake, Rattle and Roll, and later the songs... I'll say that again. Songs that were new to his act. 1968, The Trouble with Girls was completed and Elvis was released by the studio. Elvis flew home to Memphis and spent the holidays at Graceland with his wife and baby daughter. It was one of the times when he didn't travel across across the US on his bus, probably because of the time. I mean, he didn't have as much time between the 18th and Christmas, so he thought, I better fly and get home for Christmas. 1969, we've got somewhat later than usual, Elvis returned to Memphis for the Christmas season until his return to Los Angeles on January the 6th. He would spend almost every night at the Memphian. Why not? Watching movies. 1970, Vernon had expressed his concern about Elvis's way of spending his money in the last couple of weeks. So in hopes of placating his father, Elvis bought him a Mercedes. That is funny. That really is funny. Vernon is having a go at Elvis about his spending. So he says, that's okay, Daddy. I'll buy you a Mercedes. Okay, 1971. The UK maxi single reissue of Jailhouse Rock hits number 42 in the UK, and the album I Got Lucky hit number 4 in the US. Priscilla and Lisa Marie arrived in Memphis, and Elvis received a bill for the installation of a basketball court in his Palm Springs home. 1978, the album Elvis, A Legendary Performer Volume 3 was certified gold by the RIAA, and of course I have that album. I'm not sure whether that was a picture disc or not. I think it was. It's been so long since I actually brought that out and played it, but I'll tell you what was a picture disc, and that was in 1982. The album It Won't Seem Like Christmas Without You hits number 80 in the UK, and it was a picture disc. All right. It says the single, actually, but there's an album like that as well. There's an album of Elvis. It might be an extended play. I've got it, and it's definitely a picture disc anyway. And in 2002, this is a good one as well, Elvis Presley 55 was released. The vinyl release was a collection of Elvis radio broadcasts recorded during 1955. Obviously, as it says at the bottom there, the Louisiana Hayride. Now, I want you to continue voting. I see the voting is coming in, and it's for vote for your favorite That's the Way It Is shirt. Number 1, that multicolored, almost like a wish wash of all different paint colors, actually. Number 1, that was when he was in the MGM studios in July. Then number 2, as Priscilla called it, the opening night jitters shirt, because he was definitely suffering from first night nerves when he was wearing that shirt. Then there's the white flowered one with a black background, and that was in when he was doing the rehearsals in the ballroom at the International Hotel, doing, he did the yodeling, didn't he? And he did what else was it? Santa Claus is Back in Town, I think he did, even though it was July, August. And then number 4, which was on the stage of the International Hotel, the rehearsals, the super red shirt. So vote for that. I can still see there's some votes coming in, so I will not close the vote yet. Don't forget your super chats as well. If you do want to, if there's something you want me to see and address, or you just want to donate to the channel, you can click on the $sign and donate to the channel, as you can with Buy Me a Coffee as well. The link is below. A song I wish Elvis had recorded, suggested by, yes, our friend Jack Mullins. Jack, it's a folk rock ballad written by Marty Balin and Paul Kantner from the band Jefferson Airplane. I think I might just remove the poll for a second. Okay. Because I'm going to put up a picture in a minute. It first appeared on their album Surrealistic Pillow, with a live version later appearing on the expanded re-release of Bless Its Pointed Little Head. Marty Balin said, I wrote it to try to meet Tony Bennett. He was recording in the next studio. I admired him, so I thought if I'd write him a song, but I never got to meet him. But the Airplane ended up doing it anyway. Jerry Garcia plays the simple, repetitive, but poignant lead guitar riff of the song. It was recorded on November the 2nd, 1966, and it was released in 1967. The song is Today. So we're going to just put that up there, like that. That's from Surrealistic Pillow. And don't forget, it was called Today, and as we know, Elvis released an album called Today in 1975, didn't he? Excuse me. Jack says, I could see him doing it at the American 1969 sessions or the 1971 folk session. Yeah? All right, that's good enough for me. If you're not familiar with the song, I'll put a link below in the description box and you can click on it and listen to it. I hope you're checking out all these I Wish Elvis Had Recorded songs as well, because it's nice to sort of wonder, I wonder if Elvis had recorded that, what it would have sounded like. Yeah, I can hear Elvis singing that. I think I can hear Elvis singing this song Today as well. And send me in any one that you might be going around your daily business in the supermarket or whatever, shopping, and you hear a record playing and you think, I wish Elvis had recorded that. Well, send it in to me. Send it in to me at Elvis the Ultimate Fan Channel at gmail.com, and we can sort of cover it in a future show. Now, how are we doing with the poll? The poll, of course, is something that I cleared off here a few minutes ago, and it is this. Okay, it is vote for your favorite That's the Way It Is shirt. Number one, that superb multicolored shirt. The First Night Jittery Nerves shirt, the sort of the green sort of shirt when he was backstage just before he was getting ready to go on after he obviously got his jumpsuit on. The white flowered shirt, number 3, or the red, that shocking red shirt that he was wearing for rehearsals on the stage is number 4. So if you want to vote for that, it's very, very simple. You just select 1, 2, 3, or 4, and I will be telling you what the results are of that in a second. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we have to go for Photoshop, and it's not really a Photoshop, but it's this one, and this one is one that I keep seeing popping up on social media and on the internet and so forth, and fan sites saying Elvis with Lisa Marie 1968. And I really have to sort of take umbrage with this and say I don't know how anybody can think that is Elvis Presley, because it just doesn't look like him at all. Not even the sideburns look like Elvis, and Elvis didn't have hairy arms like that either. So if you do see that and somebody is trying to tell you that is Elvis, it isn't. I don't know who it is, but it's certainly not Elvis Presley. And if you do see any Photoshops that you're not too happy about, send them in to me on the email. And you can also, if you can send me the Photoshop, and you can also send me the original, even better. I can feature it in a future future show. We've got a smoking hot photograph as well, I promised you, and it's this one from Hear 'em Scare 'em, and he looks very sort of sultry there, doesn't he? It almost looks like he's looking over at you, yes, you ladies, and saying, baby, what would you like to do tonight? Would you like to go out on the dance floor with me, maybe? Hit a nightclub? I think I'm losing my mind. I really am. By the way, if you got a particularly favorite smoking hot photograph, that you like, and it makes you go weak at the knees, ladies, or anything like that, then please send it in. And again, I can probably feature it in a future show. Now, we've got to give the poll result. And as I say, it was this. It was vote for your favorite That's the Way It Is shirt. And I'm really, really interested now to see what won. So I'm going to go over and I'm going to have a little look. Okay. Wow. Number 3. That's the flowered shirt with the black background. Overwhelmingly, nearly. How do I do? Oh, I end poll, don't I, to show you? Yes. Here we go. Yeah, so overwhelmingly number 3, which was the white flowery shirt, 42%. Then number 1, which was the one in July, he wore for the rehearsals in July, 27%. Number 4, the red shirt, 21%. And then number 2, 9%. The backstage opening night nerves or jitters. Rebel Vegan says, yay, I voted for 3. Yeah, now you probably might want to know what I would have voted for. Well, I would have been in the 21% bracket, and I would have voted for the red shirt because I think he just looked absolutely brilliant during those rehearsals with that red shirt when he was doing Poke Salad Annie and all that. So my vote would have been number 4. I'm going to clear that off the screen, and I want to just say, where is it? Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just leave it. There you go. I just wanted to remind you that there is no show this time next week because, of course, this day next week is Christmas Day, and I'd like to wish you all watching live now or on playback a very, very merry, happy Christmas. Thank you very, very much for all your support during 2022, and here's to more fun and Elvis. More great things ahead for Elvis in 2023, simply because we've got the Golden Globes that we mentioned earlier on. We've got the Oscars coming up, and yeah, just thanks very, very much. And as I say, I want to remind you that there won't be a show next week, but I'm thinking of doing one on the 27th. But as I say, you can keep in touch by social media and looking on the community tab of this channel to see when I'm going to do it, but I think I will do one on the 27th. Yeah, and as I say, a safe and peaceful and enjoyable Christmas. Thanks very much to Priscilla and Maxine for calling in. Thanks to Dave and Maxine for moderating. And I'm just waiting now for Santi to come to bring me all my lovely Elvis gifts. Take care, everyone, and have a lovely Christmas. And I'll see you hopefully on the 27th.
Elvis has left the building. Thank you and good night.